Oh boy. Hello everybody. Today we are gonna read I actually can't tell you what the title of this is because I can't figure out if the title is Omorobo or Teeth. I don't really know. I can't tell if Teeth is the author. I don't really understand the format of this website. But either way, we're gonna read this. It's gonna be exciting. Ain't that a name? It's something, you know, it's definitely something. I don't know if a name is the correct thing for this. How are you guys doing? You guys having a good time? It's a fan fiction. It's a fan fiction. It's another Patreon fan fiction. So let's go ahead and just dive in. Summary: it's spring and Genos pisses himself. Isn't that good? That's it. That's all you need. Notes: another gift fic. Please forgive any errors. Sorry, I am softcore Omarashi. This one is a wild one. See the end of the work for more notes. Oh! AMD, let me tell you, this is not the right time to ask me to install my drivers, but we'll just tell you next time. Sensei, I'm home. After removing his shoes, Genos shuts the door with his foot, balancing precariously as he shuffles the groceries in his arms. Saitama returns his statement with a wave over his shoulder and a quiet, welcome home. As he continues to read the latest Shonen Jump, Genos ambles into the kitchen and places the groceries on the counter, sorting through them. These items for dinner tonight, the rest to be stored. How's the doctor, Saitama called? Like, I know it's gonna happen and I keep giggling about it. Christ almighty. You guys can thank, who's the boy who asked me to read this one? I can't quite recall. Oh, I believe this was Dingo the Wolf. For Dingo's Patreon of the month. So you guys can blame him for what we're reading here. So. Alright. Saitama finally calls out, placing the manga on the table face down. He stands and stretches, his loose, threadbare sweater riding up. Genos' eyes immediately dart to the sliver of flesh. Saitama smiles, abashed as he tugs his sweater down. He moves to lean in through the partition window, watching Genos catalog his purchases. What'd you get? The doctor is well, Genos responds casually. He lifts a box of miso stock and reads the ingredients warily. This won't be as good as the fresh stock he usually makes, but a sale is a sale, and it will make cooking quicker on their lazier evenings. I bought several things. This miso stock was on sale, but I am unsure of its flavor. It will most likely need a lot of additions in order to taste like the stock I make. You do make great miso, Saitama hums. Resting his chin on his folded arms, he looks at Genos' face, raking his eyes over the features, following the curve of his jaw to the clavicle. He glances at each arms. Did you get any upgrades? I can't see anything different. Genos pauses and smirks. He glances at Saitama through his bangs. Saitama immediately stiffens, eyes narrowing. What does that look? He mumbles, pulling back to cross his arms. Genos closes his eyes and shrugs before going back to work. Yes, Sensei. I received some upgrades. Nothing visible. What do you guys think the upgrades are gonna be? Boys, what do you think it's gonna be? It could be anything. He could have any upgrade right now. What do you think this Robo Boy finally got? A laser gun? A laser gun? You think he's... He doesn't. It's a dick! It's a dick, says Trash Lord. You win. It's a dick. It's a piss tank. You're alright. Fuck me. Why? Why is this the upgrade he gets? Again, that smirk that makes Saitama weary. Makes his face heat up. Genos always looks like this when he has something good. Something inherently dirty. Oh, no. Oh, that escalated real quick there. Okay. Genos knew Saitama was onto him, but he doesn't bother to give any further details. What is Sensei hungry for this evening? I bought ingredients for katsudan if you're interested. Otherwise, we can have something else. Curry? Genos, Saitama warns. Genos doesn't bulge, merely waits for an answer. Saitama sighs in defeat before mumbling, Katsudan, and turning on his heel. He resumes his place on the floor with his new manga. Genos, in silence, begins to prepare the meal. That could have gone real bad. That could have gone real bad. He could have been hungry for some fuck. He could have wanted some cummies. He could have wanted some fresh, hot robot cummies, but he said no. So, it's good that that didn't happen. Oh, Jesus. It wasn't until several weeks later that the upgrades come in conversation once again. After a long fight, they return home, drained from arguments with fellow heroes about mishaps with collateral damage. Genos is the last through the door, following Saitama closely. He pushes the door shut before shedding his soaked clothing. It is covered in a mixture of blood and dirt, as is Saitama's hero uniform. Saitama peels out of his own clothes, and when Genos offers a hand, he gladly obliges and hands over the suit. Without a word, Genos sets out to work. He places the dirtied articles outside for now, fills the tub for Saitama, and they both wash in silence. Once finished, Saitama puts on a pair of fresh sweatpants and an oversized sweater, and soft and tired, he's soft, sits down and burrows a space against the futon before turning on the television. Half an hour later, Genos emerges from the bathroom. He's wet clothes in hand to hang to dry on the balcony. Saitama hums his appreciation, sleepily reaching out as Genos returns. The balcony door is left open, a comfortable breeze wafting in. Spring is upon them, and although there are no blossoms to carry their scent through the wrecked part of City Z, the air still smells fresh and light. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, Saitama's naked. Yeah, well, I assume Saitama got into his underwear, because he always wears his underwear underneath the suit. So I'm assuming that's what's happening. You know, this is gonna be good. I'm slowly turning down the volume from secondhand embarrassment. Oh, no, you're not even ready for the secondhand embarrassment. Can Genos even take a bath? Probably not, because his body is like, besides his brain and like his head, you know, everything is robotic. I think that's the only like human thing he's got left. Maybe he's just like putting his head in there. I don't know. Let's see. Genos takes one of Saitama's hands as he kneels, curling into the man and sighing contently. The television is muted, the electric hum is drowned out by the steady whirring of Genos' body as they both doze comfortably. After 20 minutes of comfortable silence, drifting in and out, Saitama shifts and laces his fingers with Genos. Okay. You did really good today, he mumbles into messy blonde hair. Genos murmurs in response, monosyllabic mumbles of appreciation. I didn't see you do anything new, though. Oh, I didn't see you do anything new, though. What did you go to the doctor for? He could feel Genos' smirk against his chest. He stiffens. Genos sits up, looking down at Saitama, eyes narrowing to slits. Sensei should clear his browsing history. Oh, Genos, you sneaky boy! Genos places a hand on Saitama's chest, feeling his heart flutter, as if he couldn't just scan it. Saitama's face immediately goes red. Genos is such a little shit. You should clear your browsing history, boy. I saw what you were looking at. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. What did you see? He croaks. Sensei is kinda gross, Genos says offhandedly, watching his metal digit place trace patterns on Saitama's chest. His eyes trail up to catch the Adam's apple bob as Saitama gulps. Dry and rough. Oh, Jesus. He chuckles, fingers sliding up to slide a line up his throat, over his chin, and to his lips. He traces Saitama's bottom lip before leaning forward to place a light kiss on the edge of his mouth. It's alright, Sensei. I like it. I like it, Saitama. I like that you're gross. I enjoy it. I feel like people make this shit... I feel like people make this shit to keep a long-running joke of the internet. You know? There's Poe's law that says, you know, anything bad exists. So there are people who write this, like, legitimately. And then there's people who just do it for funsies, you know? So... I'm gonna hope it's for funsies, but I'm assuming it's not, because that's how the world works, and the world is an awful, awful place. That's gross, Saitama responds weakly. And You still haven't told me what that upgrade was. He wasn't even sure if he should ask at this point. What had been done in his search history? What horrible ways did he embarrass himself now? He'd been looking at porn, sure, but Genos had previously gone away for hero work for 4 days. That's 4 days of boredom. Of course he was going to watch a little porn, partake in some private recreational activities. Most of it had been tame. Most. That's the important word in that sentence. Sensei, you were looking at a lot of things. The list was quite extensive. Genos was peppering kisses along Saitama's jaw, leaning closer to his ear, nibbling at the lobe. There was one thing on the list you searched several times, on several different websites. Saitama was in a full-blown sweat. He couldn't even focus on what Gino was doing. He was going through the catalog after catalog in his brain. What had he looked for? What was so gross? Sometimes he would just click links and follow down the rabbit hole until he got bored. What gross thing had he spent time exploring? Genos hovered by his ear, let his breath ghost the shell before murmuring each syllable. Omorobo. Saitama's whole body goes ramrod stiff. He swallows audibly, stares ahead at nothing. He had been caught looking at Omorobo. You want blue? You want yellow? Let me smash. Let me smash. Oh god. There's no way out. Like, it only gets worse from here. Genos, look, I was bored and I stumbled upon it while jumping links and... Does Sensei want to know about my upgrade? Genos has crawled into his lap, is straddling his thighs. He runs his metal hands over Saitama's shoulders to his biceps, gripping them while he rolls his hips. Yes, Saitama replies. His reply is grounded. What? Saitama's reply is ground out. Okay. His hands twitch and slowly lift to perch on Genos' hips. His eyes go half-lidded. He almost forgets what they're even talking about. Casino constructed an artificial urethra, which allows me to simulate urination. Even so, it's merely a simulation and produces, instead of urine, water. The water is stored in a small tank that I must fill manually by drinking water, which my body filters into the tank. I sense the tank's limit through signals in the brain which register the pressure and fullness. This gives me a similar sensation as though of relieving myself. Wait, Saitama sits up straighter, staring incredulously. Are you telling me you can piss? What the hell did you tell the doctor? I told him I was interested in urinating to arouse you. And the doctor didn't say no? The doctor didn't say, Genos, that's fucking stupid. The doctor didn't say, Genos, this is neither practical nor necessary when we could be storing things like, I don't know, combat weapons inside of you. The doctor didn't just, you know, just say no. Jesus, can Saitama punch the internet and cleanse it of this filth? I wish. At least it's water. At least it's water. That's the only thing I can say. But he's probably gonna fill it with the soup he was making earlier, to be honest. Alright. Saitama feels something in him wither and die. Saitama is pretty much just the audience right now. He's just the audience. Jesus Christ. He covers his face and his hands with his hands and groans. The doctor must think he's disgusting. He's mortified, can't bear to look at Genos, who has ceased his grinding and begun to laugh. Sensei, Genos murmurs lightly, moving a hand from Saitama's face. I didn't actually tell him that. I thought he'd be... I'm sure he guessed as much. I merely told him it was for my own personal reasons. You're so cute when you're embarrassed. Genos, Saitama looked strained. He sounded strained. He practically whines as his hands slide from his face and return to Genos' hips, gripping tightly. I am really gross. I want to see you do it. Genos hums in approval, resuming the rocking of his hips, a languid motion that drags Saitama's sweatpants, hitches them up along with his own. I bop I bought boxer briefs for the occasion, he rumbles, letting his hand slide below the waistband of his loose sweatpants, stretches his out and downward to flash the top of his blue underwear. Blue, Saitama mumbles inanely. Yes, Sensei. Genos is amused. You want blue? She don't want blue. You want yellow? Saitama. Let me smash. Does Genos even have it? Is that Skyrim music? Yeah, that's Skyrim music. You want blue? Where's that? Where's that? You want blue? Let me smash.
This is a nice stick. I like sticks. Pick.
Let me smash. Please.
Please.
No, Ron. Go find Becky.
You want some fuck?
No, Ron. I don't want some
I
fun.
got you blue. Hey girl. You want some tail?
Ron, your tail is small.
What? Swiggity sweetie. You want yellow?
You want blue? Let me smash. Oh god, Genos, why? Jesus Christ, I can't even. Genos' amusement is apparent in his voice. He lets the hem of his pants snap back into place, moving his hands to grip the hero's shoulders. He leans his forehead against Saitama's and looks him in the eyes, lips curling into a smirk. Does Sensei... I can't do it. Does Sensei want me in my underwear? Or does he want me in my pants as well? Perhaps nothing? Saitama lets out a breath he didn't know he was holding. His grip tightens, the material of Genos' sweatpants shifting and dragging under his palms. The hot metal underneath vibrates minutely. Saitama feels it, the inner workings of complicated mechanics, of servo mechanisms allowing Genos to bend and roll his hips against Saitama's lap. Genos can piss, purely for Saitama's disgusting pleasure. Your pants, he whispers, fingers hooking over the waistband of Genos' sweatpants, as if punctuating his sentence. Where are your pants? Sensei wants me to make a mess of everything, Genos says with a grin. He slowly lifts himself off Saitama's lap, dragging his hands down muscled thighs for effects. Saitama groans, gulps loudly. Genos sits back on his heels, lifts his loose t-shirt up and over his waistband to offer a better view. Please watch. Sensei. Silence settles between them. Genos looks down at his hands holding his shirt, moves his other hand to clutch the hem. It seemed so simple moments ago. Just lift the shirt, soak his pants, the end. Suddenly he is viscerally aware of what he's about to transpire. Sensei, he stutters, bites his lip. A whine unfurls from the back of his throat. I suddenly can't, this is embarrassing. You don't have to, Saitama all but shouts, throwing his hands up. It's not that I want to. I want to, Sensei. I want Sensei to watch, but it's hard to go when I know Sensei is watching. If you can't... Oh, Genos shuts his eyes and whimpers. Oh no, I'm actually... I shouldn't do this. This is something I should do in front of Sensei. His hips jerk. His hands clutch the material of his shirt. He broke on a dry sob, eyes narrowing as his dick twitches. Managing to muddle through the cloud of embarrassment, Genos, for lack of a better word, relieves himself. Ooh! He did it! Oh, God. Play the One Punch Man theme when Genos nuts. Alright, I can do that. I can fucking do that for you, my guy. You want One Punch Man? You want to smash? I'll give you One Punch Man right now. When he nuts, I'll do it. He's not nutting, though. He's pissing. All it takes is one punch, and then he's got to piss. Oh, Jesus. Ugh, great. Alright, where is he? Alright, where is it? Okay. What control he does have over his artificial urination is merely the bladder. like tank emptying, funneling through his newly routed urethra. He can't stop it once it starts. Sensei, I'm... His bottom lip is trembling, his knees are shaking, he spreads his legs wider even though everything in him is screaming to slam them shut, squeeze his thighs together to hide the sight. Shuddering out a soft sigh, his body relaxes as it starts to release. The pressure lessens, the relief is intense. He moans weakly as a damp spot begins to form in the front of his pants before rapidly growing, seeping into soft cotton. Sensei, please, are you watching? Disgusting. This is disgusting. Oh man, I'm almost tempted to ask Tony to read the sequel next month. You'll have such a good time. Safety Mothman says stop, Dingo. That means stop. No. Oh jeez. This is relatable though, right? Like, you guys have all peed before, so this should be really relatable. I feel like this is a story that everybody should be like, yeah, I've peed. It's good, you know? If Genos didn't have a heightened sense of hearing, he wouldn't have caught Saitama breathy. Yes! And when Genos tears his gaze back as he feels the liquid streaming further down his thighs, thoroughly soaking his pants, he sees Saitama's hand massaging himself through his sweatpants. Pupils blown wide, mouth open and letting out these breathy puffs. Sensei, he keens, slumping, hands twitching as he reaches down to feel the evidence of his shame. His eyes remain locked with Saitama and stutters out a breath. He's soaked, and even if it's just water, he feels filthy, vile at having committed an act of such debauchery. What does Sensei want to do with me now? Saitama goes heavy-lidded, licks his dry lips. His hand stills as he swallows. The damp sweatpants cling to Genos' thighs to his crotch. Genos is growing hard under the scrutiny. Genos lets out another whine as he trembles weakly, spreading his legs further, the last weak trickle shimmering in, the already soaked blotch stretch over his cock. Saitama begins weakly, hands twitching before permanently pressing against the floor, lifting his slumped frame from the futons. We should get you out of those clothes. Please, Genos mutters, fans whirring loudly. He draws his knees up and leans back, lets Saitama come to loom over him. Lets those nervous, shaking fingers hover, then hook into the seams, pulling down slowly, peeling away the soaked garment. His own face is as hot as Saitama's, and he bites his lip hard to keep from groaning. Viscerally aware of his pants soaked in this makeshift excuse for piss, warm and wet. He lifts his legs and Saitama runs one hand under his thigh, supporting him as he tugs the article off his ankle. He repeats for the other leg. Saitama drops Genos' pants to the side, breathes harshly through his nose before looking back. I mean, that's what I imagine the breath smells like. Oh goodness. He ain't gonna take me through. He wants me to die. This is a good part. This is the good part. Tony, why do you do this? I love One Punch Man. Again, you can blame Dingo for this. This is not my doing. I didn't wake up in the morning and decide, yes, this is what I need to do. Dingo woke up in the morning and decided, yes, Tony, read this for me. This is the life I live. Oh, Christ. For what else here? Okay. Genos keeps his legs spread, his eyes are focused intently on Saitama, cataloging every expression, every noise, every minute movement. Those trembling hands find purchase on Genos' inner thighs, still warm and wet, soft pseudo-flesh glistening minutely under the harsh, fluorescent light above. Saitama's fingers glide over it, slipping along and moving up, towards Genos' boxer briefs. They're drenched and hot, clinging obscenely to his cock, strained against the material. For a brief moment, something passes over Saitama's face, and Genos feels something coil in his gut right before those hands are scrambling for his hips, jerking him forward and upright into Saitama's lap. Lips crash into his, mouth open and hot and breathless. Damn, the music got intense. Tongue sliding along his lower lip and pressing fervently inside. Genos groans into Saitama's mouth, opens wide, and receives him eagerly. Saitama's hips buck up, rocking into the soaked fabric of Genos' boxer briefs. Against Genos' own erection, it's with reckless abandon that he grinds back. This is good shit. Sensei, Genos breathes into his mouth as his arms coil around his neck. Saitama pulls back with a strained groan, pulls at Genos' bottom lip with his teeth. Genos, you're going to get wet. It's fine, Saitama grits out, rocking up pointedly. Genos whimpers and rolls downward in response, pressing his face into the cock of Saitama's neck. Crook, sorry, that was not cock. It's just water. It's still dirty, Genos murmurs, the words ghosting over Saitama's skin, sending shivers down his spine. He's not wrong, though. The water is seeping into Saitama's pants, and it's warm and damp. And he shudders, drawing Genos in again, desperately grinding while he licks into that mouth, open and inviting. He stutters out a weak rhythm, his cock riding the angle and pressed between Genos' thigh and cock. This is good. Genos, he breathes, drinks in his desperate sounds. He murmurs, Sensei, Sensei! And he reaches each cry with his own. His hips stutter. He's dizzy with pleasure. Metal creaks under his fingertips as he guides Genos' hips at just the right angle. Ooh. Ooh. Sensei, you're close. I still... Saitama drags him down and the pressure against his cock is so heady, so distracting, he hiccups and moans weakly, scrambling for purchase on Saitama's bare shoulders. I want to feel more of you. Please. Your pants. Oh, shit. Okay. Saitama grits, teeth clenching. His hips jerk with the effort as he lifts them to slide down his pants, then his boxers. His cock bobs free, presses against Genos, against the soaked fabric of his underwear. It's still so warm, and he bites his cheek to stifle the noises bubbling up in his throat. For a moment, the thought crosses his mind to do the normal thing, to take off Genos' underwear, the last article keeping them from making contact. He ignores this in favor of lifting the seam around Genos' thigh, sliding himself into the wet, blue fabric stretching over his cock as he ruts into it. Sensei? Genos asks, startled, breathless. He's staring down at the outline of Saitama's dick, shoved into his underwear, and lets out his guttural whine, hips jerking forward. This is gross. I'm sorry, Saitama grits out, gasping. It's so good, Genos. I can't. This is so hot. His voice is tinged with desperation. His brow is furrowed, and he watches with a heavy-lidded gaze. As he slides in and out, he feels the slick stretch of fabric, trapping him against Genos. It's damp and warm, and he's going to come. His hands scramble to grip Genos' thighs, bringing those hips to meet his at the right angle. Bites his lip to stem the groans. Oh, Sensei, it's... Genos' eyes are wide as he watches Saitama twitch under the fabric, watches the evidence of it soak through the already waterlogged fabric. Beating up through the surface, coating his thigh, he places a hand over Saitama, still trapped inside the garment, and helps rub him to completion. It's hot, and slick, and messy, starting to cool. They both let out shuddering gasps, and Saitama twitches meekly against him, finally spent. When Genos lifts his hand, it's shining with the slick evidence of both fluids, and steam erupts from him. Sensei, you were so into it. I'm sorry, Saitama mutters, embarrassed. He doesn't meet Genos' gaze, keeping his eyes glued to some spot on Genos' inner thigh. He can't even look at where he's still sharing intimate space under Genos' pseudo-piss-soaked underwear. This might have been too much, too revealing. His face is burning. Genos is loud, whirring white noise above him. He licks his lips. They're so dry. Yeah, don't forget One Punch. Oh, I didn't do the One Punch. I didn't do the One Punch song because Skyrim got all emotional, so I went for a more emotional approach. Don't forget the Nut Punch theme. I'm sure they're gonna come again. They're definitely gonna come again, so I can definitely do it that time. I can definitely do it that time, I just gotta remember. Alright, let's see. I like it, Genos whispers. The other hand still resting on Saitama's shoulders, moving to cup his jaw, bringing Saitama to face him. But now Sensei needs to take care of me. I'm still soaked. You need to get me out of these and help me clean up. Genos leans forward and licks a stripe across Saitama's lips. Saitama follows, drawing out a needy kiss before sighing against Genos' mouth. I'll clean you up, he mumbles, gripping Genos' hips. He lifts him effortlessly, arranging him so that his legs sit on either side of Saitama as he kneels and brings his hands to the waistband of Genos' underwear. He drags them down, painfully slow, over Genos' hips, watching as they stick and slide down his legs. Genos obliges and lifts his legs in the air, allowing Saitama to pull them off completely. Saitama tosses the soaked garment to the side, where it lands with a wet thump by Genos' forgotten pants. He runs his hands up Genos' inner thighs, kneading the black pseudo-flesh as he goes. Can I use my mouth? He murmurs, pressing kisses to Genos' knee. Genos stares, pupils blown, huffs out a quiet yes, as his legs open wider, trembling under Saitama's hands. Saitama lowers himself, presses kisses along the black silicone stretch of Genos' inner thigh to the junction where they met his body. Licks a stripe to the base of Genos' cock. He grips Genos' dick at the base as he positions himself over it, licks his lips as he meets Genos' eyes. Sensei, he croaks, eyes wide. He mirrors Saitama and licks his own lips, and swallows dryly. It's dirty. God damn it, Genos, now? Like, you gotta say it's dirty after fucking peeing yourself after all, like, fuck. Christ. I just, like, my god. He just keeps saying it's dirty, but, like, it's been dirty the whole time. The only not dirty part was him cooking dinner, for fuck's sake. Stop with the lip licking, it happens a lot. Yeah, Saitama breathes. Breath ghosting over the tip of Genos' cock, he licks the head. Oh, I'm sorry, he licks the head, dipping his tongue into the slit before taking Genos into his mouth. He sucks gently, pulls up before going back, taking in as much as he can before he feels the pin prick in the corners of his eyes. He uses his hand to stroke what he can't manage, meeting in the middle as he bobs on Genos' cock. He flattens his tongue, runs it along the base as he pulls off. He uses his hand to stroke, fist twisting on each upstroke. Genos is panting above him. Metal hands are twisting weakly in his shirt. His eyes are fluttering and he's whimpering, letting breathy moans and little hiccups. Saitama watches, embarrassed to think if he had the stamina, he'd be hard again. Wishes he was. Genos covers his face with his arm and lets out a whine. Sensei, I'm so close, he says, weakly, his hips jerking, fucking into Saitama's tight fist. Please, I want you to use your mouth. Yeah, okay, yeah. Saitama takes Genos back into his mouth, sucks the head of Genos' cock before taking him in as deeply as he can, moving in time with Genos' thrusts. Oh, Jesus, why am I doing this? Genos is crying out then, legs squeezing shut around Saitama. Saitama hums around him before pulling off, letting his hands to keep him right out the rest. He awkwardly gropes for the box of tissues on the table beside him, head still trapping between Genos' leg before he gently pries them apart. He sits them up instantly and grabs a tissue to spit his mouthful out. There you go. There you go, I did it. I'll play the rest of it, why not? Just because I like you. Just because I like you guys a whole lot. Just because I like you guys a whole lot. I apologize, Genos mumbles, embarrassed. He knows Saitama doesn't like to swallow the lubricant he produces. He uncovers his face sheepishly. It's fine, Saitama says, bringing over more tissues in an effort to at least somewhat clean up the mess. You're so hot when I do it. It's worth it. Genos hums and he smiles as he draws Saitama in again, wrapping his legs around the hero and pulling him down. Saitama lands on top of him with a huff, and Genos coils his arms around him, grinning as he nuzzles into the crook of Saitama's neck. That was worth all the upgrades. Sensei is so weird. Notes, I'm sorry, Lamau. That was such good timing. That was such good fucking timing on that music there. I love it. That was good shit. Oh, man. You're not supposed to swallow lube. Yeah, you're not. You're not. Why is YouTube recommending me Serbian Let's Plays on a piss fanfic? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Maybe because the name of this is Omorobo. You know, like, and it doesn't quite know, like, what that is, so it thinks it's, you know, like Serbian or something. So, did you guys like that one? That one was good, right? Why would you tarnish this beautiful song? Jonathan Young does a fantastic cover of the One Punch Man theme. He did a JoJo cover recently. It was real good. But no, I wanted to use the English one. That was a good time, guys. That was a really good time. That was a good look. For those of you who don't, you know, read One Punch Man like this, you must be really excited for this to be put into the OVA that's coming between season 2 of One Punch Man. Like between 1 and 2, there's going to be an OVA. It's going to be this. I hope you guys are really ready for that. I'm really excited for the One Up Man OVA. That was such a good chapter. It was so well drawn, so well written. It's just good. You know, it's just a good time. Oh Jesus! Thank you guys for joining me on this fanfic. I hope you guys had a lovely time, and I will see you next month for the next one. And hopefully it's not another piss fanfic. Good night.